of Archerons. Well, this has really been one of the most controversial days of the 23-year history of the Dakar. Right at the time control this morning, the official here saying to Pascal Maimon, he says, look, you see, I told you to come earlier. The buggies arrived before you. Now they've taken a 3-minute penalty and a 1-minute penalty. Therefore, the two Schlesser buggies started first and second on the road, even though Mashioka should have started first on the road after he won the stage yesterday. Mashioka therefore started third on the road, 2 minutes between each of the cars in the car section. So then, with Schlesser having an extra 1-minute penalty, the lead of Mashioka was just a little greater. Now, Servia let Schlesser through. Schlesser's right at the top of your screen. Servia's in the middle, and Mashioka taking to the fields to try and find a way around Servia's dust. But of course, it's a risky maneuver at times. This Dakar rally is full of potholes, full of ditches, and anything can catch you out. And indeed, that is exactly what did happen to Hiroshi Mashioka. He hit a tree stump with the rear left wheel, and you can see it already askew, not running true to the rear of the car. And now back in the dust of Servia's vehicle, you can see that wheel is absolutely bucking and ruining, and Mashioka's, even his skill of all the Dakars, he cannot keep it in line. However, he decides to go for one more lunge past Servia. This is early in the stage. He hits the tree with the windscreen. It's all drama and action, and the wheel continues to struggle to hold on to the Mitsubishi Pajero. And after only a few more kilometers, how long could it last? Schlesser, in the meantime, is rushing away into the distance towards the Dakar on the horizon, and what could be a third consecutive victory for the Frenchman. But eventually the Japanese machine that had run faultlessly all rally finally cried enough after having hit that tree stump. You can hear the engine revs on board with our microphone. They are getting lesser and lesser, and soon it could go no more, and Mashioka's lead had dissipated. Pascal Maimon leaps from the Mitsubishi, and in an act of, well, who knows, he stands in front of the Servia buggy as it hounds down upon the Frenchman. And did it hit the Frenchman? We know not, but that was so risky. Servia on the brakes, and finally Maimon cannot take it anymore. The Dakar is the biggest motorsport event in the world, and it's certainly the most emotional. Soon, though, Jean-Pierre Fontenay arrives in the sister Mitsubishi. Maimon still absolutely fuming with rage as one of the officials then arrives, but it matters not. Mashioka, in the meantime, is trying to mend the wheel with Jean-Pierre Fontenay, who says, I can't believe it. It's just crazy, unbelievable. It's a nightmare.
Ce qu'on a vécu, c'est qu'il a fait exprès de pointer en avance.
Maimon here saying Schlesser organised it to start first. We were 100 meters behind Servia and 100 meters further back of Schlesser in a big cloud of dust. But their plan was good. When we went left to go around Servia, we then hit a tree stump and we broke the wheel. We continued for a few more kilometers down the road, and Schlesser continued to make more dust. It's not sport, it's not fair. Fontenay, in the meantime, as he did a few days ago, helps out his Mitsubishi teammate. In the meantime, the lead of Mashioka has dissipated and gone away in the dust. Schlesser continues on the stage, driving well within himself, even though he had to pass many of the motorcycles, and eventually Schlesser went on to win the stage today by 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Numbers mean nothing today. It's the drama of the Dakar that has come down to 1 point. Servia was second on the stage today, those 5.5 minutes back of his teammate in the sister Schlesser buggy. Souza was third, the leading Mitsubishi today. Masuoka, in the meantime, finished 52 minutes behind the leader Schlesser. Therefore, Jutta Kleinschmidt, who finished fourth on the stage today, she is now second overall. The Eagles soared, and Schlesser was now in the lead of the rally. Gregoire de Mavius, the leading Belgian on the stage today with his Nissan, the leading Nissan coming into Dakar. He was a few seconds quicker than the other Belgian in the top 10 overall, Stefan Orard, whose turbo diesel buggy, the engine is just about going to hold out to the finish tomorrow. He's been running into some problems, but he will get there. So just a recap. Fontenay finishing 31st on the stage today. Masuoka 36, losing some 52 minutes. Schlesser leads overall from Kleinschmidt. Masuoka is now third, 45 minutes in the greater scheme of things behind the overall leader. The rulebook says you can do it, but then the morals come into it. Henri Pescarolo, the Frenchman in his Nissan, similar to that of de Mavius. He was 12th, just one place behind the Kia racing machine in the event, Kurt Leduc. He had a good run once more, and he was 11th. Not a good day though for Thierry Delaverne. Delaverne had a big moment, rolling his Nissan, seriously damaging the front end, and Delaverne losing an awful lot of time. On board here with Henri Pescarolo. He says, I was going quickly this morning, but then we saw Delaverne's accident where he damaged his car. We helped him with a few spare wheels as the front wheels of his car was severely damaged. We're going slower and our rear wheels are not quite right. There seems to be something wrong with the rear axle, and indeed you can see the attitude of the car just not quite running in a straight line.
Alors donc sur la fin de spéciale, j'ai calmé un petit peu le jeu, mais sans ça, ça allait bien.
And at the moment of this broadcast, Delaverne not on the results as yet. T1 though was won today by Thierry Magnaldi in his Mercedes, the Italian coming in a fine 15th overall. That is what the results say. Schlesser, quickest from Servia, Souza, Kleinschmidt and de Mavius. People will never remember the results from today. They will always talk about the dramas. Schlesser leads overall now from Kleinschmidt. Masuoka third, Servia fourth, Souza fifth. So let's hear what everyone had to say about it. Jean-Louis Schlesser saying what happened. Well, we made a mistake arriving at the start line this morning by 2 or 3 minutes. That's all. The question being, in the zone there were 4 cars. The start zone, he means. Well, yes, we were in front. And in the start zone, no one can overtake. When we saw our mistake, it was too late. But it was not important. And there is no overtaking in the zone, remember. Henri Mann here, the co-driver for Schlesser, saying we played an anticipated start and we took risks for a penalty. This surely put pressure on Masuoka. Jean-Marie Lequin, co-driver for Servia, saying in the WRC it's a tactic. The co-driver didn't understand that he couldn't overtake in the start zone. It's clear. But he just has to follow Jean-Louis and he wins. I don't understand why he was so angry. I repeat, if he follows Jean-Louis, he wins the race. Jean-Louis took the penalty, so with an extra 2 or 3 minutes advantage, he had an advantage on the stage.
sich vordrängen.
Ulrich Bremner here, the boss of Mitsubishi, saying, we have to understand how these things can happen in a normal rally. There is no problem in the WRC because if someone starts in front of you, you tend to keep your advantage because they are such shorter stages. But here in the Dakar, all is different. Yesterday, Masuoka worked a lot to keep his starting position for first on the road this morning, and we have the impression that his first place of this morning has been robbed by Schlesser. I think it's not sport.
So today we are unlucky.
You were driving very fast.
No.
What percentage were you driving?
So next time we will try win.
Karel Laprace continues to lead into Dakar with his Tatra. The monsters, not so much of the desert, but soon to be of the cool sea air on the Senegalese coast. Laprace has driven throughout the 3-week event, up against the MANs, up against the Mercedes, up against the Kamazes, and of course the Hino. The Hino of Sugawara is in second. Johan Peter Reif in his MAN, the KTM machine, is third. So tomorrow, the last stage of the Dakar 2001. 25 kilometres, a short road section before a run around the edge of Lac Rose. And after the podium, the competitors come back into central Dakar in convoy before the prize giving at the Meridian Hotel. Well, I've said it many times before, but what a day that was. The Dakar will not lie down. One more day to go.